Good morning, dear. Have you slept well? Cats standing guard. Against whom? Will they stop the northern barbarians by their sheer fluffiness?
I heard in the east people think that cats guard the gates of the underworld.
Maybe. Let us hope they are.
There is a thing. He asked to see you, Lorco. He says he has a business proposition.
It might still be a good idea to figure out what he's up to. Do be careful, though. Whatever you do, be careful. Is everything well, dear?
Excuse me.
That boy who always asks for you hasn't been around in a few days.
He became too aggressive when I turned him down.
What happened?
Deianira had a stern talk with him, and it seems he got the message.
That woman is worth her weight in gold.
Good morning, Domina. I've been waiting for you.
Cutting up the weeds and...
You jest, I'm sure. If anything, I've grown a bigger belly. The wine doesn't help. It is generating quite a bit of income, even though our recipes are old. The grapeseed we have imported from Gallia produces tasteful drink. There's always room for improvement, though. I can't think of a reason why he would not be doing well. I've heard Nasamonis is a land of forbidden pleasures. Alas, it's too far away. But speaking of our friends in high places, it might be worth going to the Senate this afternoon. Tullius Cicero is holding court there today. You might learn something. That you do. And I can buy some groceries while we're at it.
Excuse me.
These damned crows and their indiscriminate defecation. Salve, Legate. What brings you to the Senate today? That's never a good sign. Me? Hopefully not. That would be awkward, considering what I usually do. I tend to get people out of trouble, Legate. Providing the trouble is legal in nature, before you ask. The Senate doesn't have a session today. But I have to talk to my clientes regularly. That is why you can usually find me here. Of course you may, as long as you're willing to give it back when you're done. My duty to the people of Rome. In other words, politics. I am known for defending people's rights, too, when they need it. That saddens me, but it does not surprise me. Our virtues are in steady decline. Many people enter the world of politics for personal gain, for the status it brings, all the money. We must work for the good of our society. It is the will of the gods, and therefore our duty. Indeed, it is implied. Why else would they give us reason? Reason is what men and gods have in common. It is what separates us from beasts. That reason must be used for the betterment of mankind. They may, but most of the time they can't. Proper discussion of a case requires skill in rhetorics. Few people are articulate enough to be able to express their problems properly. Instead, certainly not. I teach people and I defend people, and thus my duties are fulfilled. Our laws are by necessity not specific. That is how they apply the same way to all similar situations. There's an underlying principle for our legal system, an intention guiding each regulation. Yet every event is unique. Therefore, every case is one of a kind. Without a firm grasp of that underlying logic, laws cannot successfully be applied to specific situations. We certainly should not. That would defeat the purpose of having laws in the first place. Laws should precede events, and not vice versa. Prior to the writing of Lex Duodecum Tabularum, our rights were determined by the likes of Tarquinius Superbus. Now they are written down for all to know. It is not that easy, of course. Laws and situations evolve. But at least the rights of our people are not subject to the whims of a madman. That is where I come in as a lawyer. Knowing their rights is a citizen's duty, but even those who fail at that duty deserve to have their rights defended. Is there anything else you wish to discuss? Neither the Senate nor the consuls rule Rome. Senators and consuls are supposed to be subservient to the people. No one but the citizens can know what's best for them. Public servants fulfill their needs and wishes. Senators should represent the people, not rule them. They are subject to their own rules, and not everyone can simply become Roman. What makes you say that? I'm actually quite fond of his company. That is true. Cato thinks an immoral or obviously guilty client does not deserve defending. I disagree. We broadly believe in the same ideals, though. A fair question. What do you think? But that assumes you have the ability to distinguish right from wrong. Do you claim to have such a skill? I agree. And there's a reason for that. I defend people because I simply like the art of rhetorics. Furthermore, my defense tests the system. If I can defend a guilty man successfully, that means the system is flawed. A flawed system cannot be just. Simply put, reason. We've been granted reason by the gods. I like the art of rhetorics because it helps me apply reason. Not because it gets me drunk or anything like that. An Epicurean would enjoy that in his misguided worldview. They believe life is all about pleasure. Perhaps. Your argument makes sense, but I still think you're giving them too much credit. Your understanding of the art is probably better than you think. Suppose there is a chest. Inside the chest is something you desire, but the chest is locked. Now, I believe you're the kind of person who would pick that lock, opening it through subtle manipulation and finesse, the same way you tend to manipulate people. But let us suppose you can't do that. What other solution will you try next? You have noticed that I never said anything about a missing key. You do have a logical mind. Sometimes common sense can lead to a winning argument. Here is my secret. The successful use of logos hinges not just on actually having the facts on your side, but on your ability to tell a story with them. Present the facts in a clear and compelling way that shows the causal relationship between them, and use that to build a logical foundation for your argument. Rhetorics are always as much about convincing a crowd of spectators as it is about winning over your opponent. Logos is no different in this way. I have enjoyed this discussion, and I hope you have benefited from it. If you'll excuse me now, I have to talk to a client. Wale,
feel under the weather, I will attend to your health. Salve, Legate. Welcome back. Is there anything you need?
I'm looking to commission a painting for my bedroom wall.
Of course. I'd be delighted to discuss the details. What do you have in mind?
Something that might stimulate the light.
I didn't expect you to come around again anytime soon. I'm afraid I have no more ancient artifacts lying around, if that was your hope.
I saw her eating with her husband at a papina last week.
The poor woman, having to debase herself like that.
Hopefully things will turn round for them soon.
What were you doing at a popina? Not eating her, I hope.
Of course.
Salve, it is good to see you after all this time. You have a sharp tongue. That unmatched wit of yours will kill me someday. I'm pleased that you did not let our relatively sordid history get in the way of a business transaction. I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. We carve our own path through life. It is up to us to decide through whom we carve. Tell me, do you like managing your family's vineyard? Rome wasn't built on peace, nor will it survive on peace. I have heard tales of your battles. You are a lioness. You're a sister of the Diri themselves. We are very different, you and I. That's why I think we could work together instead of undermining each other. I believe Rome is in grave danger. It is nothing new, of course. We always had enemies within and without. They always disliked what Rome is and what it stands for. But in the past, Rome used to be a force to be reckoned with. We have grown lazy and soft. Our republic and its myriad procedures slow us down. These days we're more interested in talking about things we should do rather than actually doing those things. We do need a new Rome though, unshackled by the limitations of our ancient system and bureaucracy. It will be a Rome of strong minds willing to make difficult decisions. More importantly, it will teach our enemies to never underestimate us again. I have made my preparations, and I want you by my side. You misunderstand. I would never betray Rome. I am planning to run for consul. I'm sure I can convince you of the validity of my cause. What I'm going to show you will shock you. You'll see why Lucullus is in no position to do anything for Rome. I would not hesitate to serve Rome in war, should the opportunity arise. You will not regret listening to my offer. Wale, until next time.
Good day. Because you are such a delicate young woman, I will offer you a choice. Your money or your life. I'm afraid you're quite mistaken.
I believe the meaning was you will regret doing this.
Oh, kill them both.
Salvete, people. Shall we even the odds?
Your timing is impeccable as usual, Kaiso. You save us again.
Always a pleasure, old man. Let us not turn this into a habit, though.
Give me a moment. I'll take the other path. Come on, let's kick some ass.
Father was right to teach you how to fight. Well done! You went right past this guard! I'd appreciate some help. Maggots penetrate your corpse!
still fight? Beating them! Let's kick some ass.
left me no choice.
And maggots penetrate your corpse.
Where is Vitellius Lurko, one wonders?
In Tartarus, hopefully. But that's not important. A messenger arrived this morning. It is Proconsul Licinius Lucullus. He says I should find you as soon as possible, and you'd know why.
If I know Dominus Lucullus, he would have sent a rider for you with all the instructions. A reasonable precaution. We may soon need their assistance. You should go ahead. I get the feeling time is of the essence.
Have a good night.
It arrived just after noon. The rider insists on giving the message to you. It appears this woman was instructed to meet you here as well.
The proconsul just told me to find you. Said you'd know why.
The message, please.
You must leave everything and come to Nazamones immediately. We're in grave danger. And I'm afraid in this case, we refers to both our family and Rome itself. It seems we have underestimated Vitellius Lurko. Although the little brother wields no political power of significance, he is the de facto leader of his family. An ambitious man who isn't reckless makes an enemy to be reckoned with. His friendly demeanor masks a molten core of vengeful desire. He still remembers how we dismantled their illegal operations in Asia. And I'm afraid he wants our lives in return. I have reason to believe Lurko is planning something big. My speculatores say he's preparing to remove me from my position in Nazamones by force. and make it look like a local uprising. If he succeeds, Rome is likely to lose control of the entire territory, giving Lurko the perfect excuse to challenge the current consuls. We cannot allow him to go ahead with this plan. I need your help. Reconstitute Legio Victrix. I know they are still loyal to you. Then sail for Nazamones immediately. A battle-ready army will be the last thing Lurko would expect. Do not despair. Know that the sun is brightest following the darkest day. See this as an opportunity. If we can turn the tables on Lurko, we can at last expose him for the crook he is. I await your arrival anxiously. Your Patronus and your dear friend, Lucius Licinius Lucullus.
I could not find Calida, but I have brought Bestia.
I arrived before any of you did.
You're looking good, Bestia. You have recovered from our last fight?
The injuries were not a problem, but I still owe the arena master for all the damages we caused.
It was not settled.
They begged us to stop before we leveled the whole place.
We should leave as soon as possible, but I don't think I'll be able to leave Rome so easily.
Is this about a woman again?
In a way it is. Do you remember that sewer who approached us at Marcellus Vipsanius's? Well, it turns out she was telling the truth, at least partly. She has given birth to a baby girl. Thanks, I guess. Apparently she tried to escape from Vipsanius, who incidentally is her dominus. The problem is, they're blaming me for it. Of course I didn't. If I ever decide to help another man's cell escape, I will most certainly succeed. She claims to be the mother of my child. Perhaps she is, or perhaps she just knows Vipsanius and his people are naive enough to believe her. Marcellius Vipsanius has a reputation for mistreating his Cerewe.
This may take a few days, but I'm sure we can prove these allegations have no merit.
Thank you, Nagate. I will now take care of our preparations. We leave as soon as possible.
Be careful, child.
Do not worry, Domina. I will make sure we return home safe and sound.
Salvete, travelers. Welcome to the villa of Lucullus of Africa Proconsularis. State your identity and intentions. My apologies for not recognizing you immediately. It's been a long day. The proconsul is currently preoccupied. Please wait in the courtyard while I relay the news of your arrival to him.
Legate, a word. I don't think he recognized you. This doesn't smell right. Something's up. Little things. His armor is a bit too small for his body. He never called you by name. And did you notice how he failed to pronounce the proconsul's full name?
It is said he who possesses a deceptive heart sees only deception in other people's hearts. And it is known that women are deceptive by nature. I don't really think of you as a woman.
I think you should stop talking before you dig yourself a deeper grave.
Well, to err on the side of caution is wise.
Finally, some truth in the old man's words. We should kill them all.
Oh, well, that is not exactly what I was going to propose. In fact, it's quite the opposite of
Killing everyone is the most cautious option.
Are you sure you know the meaning of that word? So what if he's rude and his behavior is not proper? Obviously, he's not Roman.
Not really. If we will fight, I am ready.
If you wish. I don't think it's necessary, though.
I apologize for the delay. There have been some security-related problems recently. We had to take precautions. There was an attempt on his life recently. Nothing we can't handle, of course. Still, we're instructed to take all sorts of precautions. Relinquish your weapons here, please. No one's allowed to bear arms inside the villa.
Are you not glad that you heeded my advice?
Unfortunately, only 2 escorts are allowed beyond this point. Do not worry. I will take care of your friends while you're gone. Now!
care of me, and I shall slay many
It's
of
all
your
right.
foes.
You're going to live.
Howl like the dog you are.
Help a girl out! You're welcome.
was all too easy.
What in the name of Jupiter is going on here?
Egyptians, Domini. They came out of nowhere. All dead. They slaughtered the guards and locked most of the Surwey into the cellar. All I know is that they were in a great hurry. It seemed like they knew you were on your way.
I'm not surprised. This was an assassination attempt, and a very sloppy one at that.
Praise Fortuna. Take the key.
Lucullus! By the gods!
I'm sorry, Domina.
Nagate. He was the most exceptional mentor and the best friend I've ever known. They killed him, and I couldn't do anything about it. You know what? It's all my fault. We lost valuable time trying to sort out that mess I got myself into with the Serwa. Because of that, someone who's closer to me than my own father is dead now. It's my fault, Legate. Some hero I am. Vitellius Lurco, of course. That Filius Canis. I will strangle him with my own hands. He deserves nothing less. This all happened because of me. I delayed our journey. I will redeem myself by avenging him. That's the least I can do now.
I hope I will be allowed to serve the next proconsul.
I'm not tired. I'm just angry. Very angry. Maybe it's the first time you've seen someone this angry. I think these are two separate questions. It is clear these killers were Egyptian. They took no care to obscure their identities. Their weapons are just lying around. And the murder weapon is clearly Egyptian. Honestly, the only thing that's missing here is a graffito saying Egyptians killed Lucullus. These people were in a great hurry. My guess is they quickly dispatched anyone who posed a threat, then got ready for our arrival. They had no reason to waste time killing the Serwi. Too much risk for no gain at all. I will be. Eventually.
Domina, it is rare that I feel the need to mourn someone. Dominus Lucullus was always kind to me. And that is equally rare. I will do what I can to help. It looks like he was stabbed multiple times. The murderer was probably behind him. There are no other bruises, which leads me to think he did not resist his attacker. Perhaps. Dominus was killed with a small stabbing dagger. Judging from the wounds, I can tell the particular shape the blade had. Such blades are rare in Rome, but quite common in Africa, especially Egypt. It doesn't make any sense, though. Why would the Egyptians do this? It would be an act of war. It is wise not to, Domina.
I
I am sorry. He meant so much to you. How do you feel? It is too much to go through once. Even for one as strong as you. We will make war again, I guess. You are back in your element, it seems.
Ha! I disagree. A strong foe attacks head-on. A weak foe strikes from the shadows. Rejoice, Legate, for our enemy just announced how weak they are. We shall crush them with ease. Our course is clear. We know it's the Egyptians, right? Now, the first thing we need to do is start killing Egyptians. Eventually, we will get the murderer. Most likely before all Egyptians are dead. See? It's cautious and wise, just like Cineros said. Nonsense. I never misunderstand. I hope so.
Domina. They were dressed like Roman legionnaires. We had no reason to suspect them. Not at all. The Legion has people from all over the world. It really happened too fast. All of a sudden the legionaries started stabbing each other. We didn't know what to do. By the time I realised what was happening, it was already too late. Oh, but I'm not. The keys? Also we have the keys. I swear, I'm not working for them. I don't know why they kept me outside. Thank you, Domina.
Legate, a rider arrived. She wants to talk to Proconsul Lucius Licinius Lucullus. She says his life might be in danger.
Tell her she's a bit late.
Now that is an interesting development.
Be careful around these Berbers. You cannot trust the barbarians.
The merchant said he requires the proconsul's personal signature. Otherwise he cannot make the delivery.
Ah, these use-cursable bureaucrats. I'll go talk to him.
You are not the proconsul from Rome. I was instructed to speak only to him. It is a matter of life and death. What does that mean? Explain yourself, Roman.
It means you're too late.
I see. That is unfortunate. I am called Lunia the Golden Wolf, of the land of Nazamones, sent by Her Majesty Cleopatra Philopatora Thea Philopatora, daughter of Ptolemy Euletes Neos Dionysios Philopato Philadelphos. The Queen intended to warn the proconsul against the possibility of an assassination, but it seems I was in need of a faster horse. He likes to play the flute. It does indeed. Its significance is of little importance. Before it turned white, my hair was the color of wheat.
Oh, that's very unusual around here.
And therefore worthy of a byname. Of course, that would indeed be the best course of action. Except there's a minor complication you need to resolve first.
There's always a catch.
Cleopatra doesn't exactly see eye to eye with her brother. The pharaoh, Ptolemy Theos Philopator, has exiled her from Egypt. She's been taken by caravan through the desert, to a distant palace where she will be imprisoned. She offers to reveal the identity of the murderer to you, if you will free her. Yes, the pharaoh is her husband and her brother. A queen does not lie.
Thank you for saving us, Domina.
To tell you the truth, I'm not handling it as well as I thought I would.
What's going on with you?
I guess I had a host of horrible memories locked up from Greece coming flooding to the front of my mind again.
How can I help you? Aren't we always? Nobody needs soldiers when everything's fine. It's just that I prefer knowing exactly who we're fighting against right now. Indeed, Lucullus will be missed. Honestly, I have no idea, my friend. There have been so many women over the years. I don't remember her. How can I not remember the mother of my child? Either way, there's nothing I can do. She's Ripsanius' sower, not mine. I know it's warmer than Volcanus' arsehole. We should make sure the Legion is well supplied. The people seem primitive and alien. Combined with the relatively flat terrain, I don't think we'll have a lot of problems.
Salvete Legionari. What did you break today? Oh, it's going great, Legate. Your Legionari continue to mistreat their weapons. Nothing delights me more than fixing pommels and belt buckles on a daily basis. I do have a family. I'm just not too fond of them.
Hey, what do you need? Is same in some ways, but personal this time. I think that will be an advantage. Killing should not be impersonal. Should not be done for coin either. Vengeance is worth killing for. I do not see such big difference. Just 2 words for one thing. Maybe. I have much to do before that can happen. Big mistakes to atone for. Is not too different from home, it seems. People here, Berbers, they live in tribes and move around a lot. If they are like my people, do not make mistake of treating them as one. No one in tribe will speak for everyone. Always there is dissent. Not that I know. Egyptians are not like Rome or Greece. They're ancient kingdom, but they mostly keep to themselves.
Aquilinus? No, he's a good man.
That shiny musculata, though?
He cares about the impression he makes, but I fought beside him. No other Centaurio controls the battlefield as well as he.
Oh, hey, Legate. You look majestic today.
Good evening. Women in the
Legate, I have some ideas for how we might use the resources we've captured to improve our bar.
around here, huh? You weren't in Greece.
I still can't believe Lucullus met an end like that.
You'd better respect
I
Calida.
expected him to die on
She
the
was
field of battle.
handpicked by Lukula.
I expected him to eat himself to
Our way, Legate.
That would have been a good way to go. He would have died happy at least.
He was a great man.
How are you holding up?
We'll avenge him.
There's no doubt. I'm not worried about that. I just want to be the one who collects that debt. Around, here and there. Anywhere but Rome. I don't mind the city. It's the people in it I have trouble with. I wanted to, but I always delayed the voyage. And now it is too late. I guess no one can run away from time. I like Africa, though. The bright sun gives me a reason to keep my hood down, and the heat masks movement. Certainly, but I'm not sure it was meant for us. That would imply a grand strategy and some serious thought. This level of sloppiness, though? I think our arrival may have disrupted certain things. Maybe. If there is a trap, we can always spring it to find out.
Legate, now that we are in Africa, there is someone I would like to meet. I think it will be worth your time to take me there. Far from it. In fact, I have never met him before, but his reputation is fearsome. He is known as the Beastmaster. I wish to go there and challenge him. He is famous for his training of lions to fight beside him. I am famous for defeating lions. In a way, he is my nemesis. We have more important matters to address. That's true. I will arm myself with patience. Good. We must avenge our leader. I was getting tired of inaction. It brings death to the loser, so let us not lose. difficult and confusing most of the time. I make a lot of mistakes, but such is the nature of learning. Your teacher beats you up until he cannot. It is a metaphor. When something isn't what it is. Naturally, no one can defeat me in battle. But in philosophy, I am defenseless. My magister always wins. That is why he is my magister. I am not. This is not Mauritania. I wish I could go to Mauritania one day. It is the place where I'll be able to find my sister. I do not know. It is a feeling I have. I have no other clues, so I think perhaps she's free now and she went back to her homeland.
Whatever you do, don't say that kind of thing with an earshot of her.
You scared of her or something?
I made a stupid joke to her yesterday, and she looked at me like I was nothing. Like I was worth less than a sack of shit. Oh, I felt my balls shrivel up and crawl back inside my body.
This is how they transport their queen?
A prison is defined by its function, Domina. It doesn't matter how it looks.
It's easier to overpower guards and break free if you're not in chains.
Salvete discipoli.
Zeus take you, child. How do you keep appearing out of thin air?
Tricks of the trade, old man. At least a dozen, perhaps a few more. I think so too. The rocks limit sight lines. If we strike quickly enough, we can prevent them from alerting each other. She's not held anywhere. She walks around freely, but I think I saw her at the front of the caravan.
Zoe? They sent Zoe with her to her prison.
Egyptian rulers are worshipped as deities. She is being taken to a prison for a goddess.
Don't be crude.
Have a sense of humor, Kaezo. Guards up ahead. Stay low. We could easily take a few of them out before they even know we're here. What do you say? All right, everyone, get in position and await my command.
Loose.
Myra, what is this commotion?
To arms! No harm must befall Her Holiness, the traitor queen!
This angle.
My brother will pay for dragging me into this.
Let us move.
Your father was right to teach you how to fight.
Take my hand. It's not your time to die.
There! The enemy! Let us stop them together! My shield is a bulwark!
Look at you!
Huh!
You are mostly fine. Get back into the fight.
My brother will pay for dragging me into this.
Sekhmet's blessing be on you.
You think you can get past me? Try it! Ha!
I've done it better myself. demand it! I am a goddess!
Hades cannot contain me. I think some of this is my blood.
We're almost at the end of this, it seems.
This is worse than that time with the leopard.
Roman craftsmanship.
Romans, here. Tell me, did you murder these people in the belief that they were protecting me? Or in the knowledge that they were my captors? Delightful. Then I suppose I owe you the benefit of my favor. Murdered? Lunia failed then.
Not exactly. Follow us. Everything will be revealed when we're safe.
Dominus Lucullus was always kind to me. Cleopatra Philopator, the goddess who loves her father and the rightful pharaoh of Egypt.
Lengthy introductions are unnecessary. At this point, I trust we are both acquainted with each other. Legate, you have saved me. I will not let such a deed go unrewarded. I bestow upon you this armor, called Queen's Warden. Wear it with pride. Do not overplay your hand. Shall we get down to business? I made you a promise, and a goddess never breaks her word. Ask your questions, Legate. It doesn't matter what I believe, as long as the people need their goddess. Perhaps one day I'll show you. It's a traditional title. When it suits me, yes. You are addressing a goddess. Tomes could be filled with the things that I know, and you don't. Suffice to say, I have eyes and ears all throughout Egypt. Things may happen without my approval, but never without my knowledge. Imprisoned is such an ugly word. Let us say, confined. Some people just can't perceive beauty. That's why he confined me. You share a lot with Ptolemy, Roman. My dear husband, the Pharaoh of Egypt, for the time being. We had maintained a correspondence for quite some time now. Unfortunately, he never had the pleasure of enjoying my company in person. He was a good man. He did not deserve to die in such a ghastly fashion. Maybe. Maybe not. Nothing changes if you continue dwelling on the past. Time to get to the point. No more foreplay. That's more like it. Time to get to the point. My husband, Ptolemy Theos Philopator, is collaborating with a Roman bureaucrat called Lurco. I believe you are familiar with him. The exact nature of their collaboration is unknown to me. My bet is on something financial in nature. Something big. Whatever this collaboration is about, it must be illegal by Roman law. I believe the proconsul got wind of it and attempted to enlist my help in hopes of acquiring evidence. Tragically, Vitellius Lorco's spies got a hold of the missive he sent. Needless to say, neither Lorco nor my husband was happy about this development.
I knew it.
That is possible, but unlikely. After all, killing a Roman proconsul is equal to declaring war on Rome. Lurco profited from the current arrangement. There is no reason for him to start a war.
He hated the proconsul.
Be that as it may, I don't think he is stupid enough to start a war for petty, personal reasons. Lurco is a smart man with a plan. Ptolemy is a stupid man with wealth and power. I offer a simple proposal instead. I become the sole pharaoh and give my husband to you on a platter, with Vitellius Lorco as garnishing. All I need is your support. With your help, we can reconquer Egypt together and bring peace to my people.
May I humbly present a possible solution?
You may.
You could simply recruit soldiers from Nazomenes itself. My people were fond of the proconsul, and although they are severely fractured into countless independent tribes, they may want to unite under one strong banner.
Is it, though? We can collaborate with barbarians, but can we trust them?
We will have to talk to the elders first. Let us meet at the court of heaven as soon as it is convenient for you.
we fighting for the Queen of Egypt now? I don't understand. It's just an alliance, right? We have a common enemy. But why do we need her?
That kind of question is way above my pay grade. Go ask the legatus. How can I help you? Indeed we do. She's an impressive woman. Beautiful, and with a natural authority. Right, of course. It's my understanding that she is greatly beloved by the people. She'll be a powerful asset for our conquest.
Hey, what do you need? I like her. She's charming and sophisticated, but suddenly she is very brash and mean. You and me, we know what it is like to be a woman with ambitions in this part of the world. It's her way of staying alive, perhaps.
Come, let us talk. We have abducted the Queen of Egypt, who is also a goddess. She was imprisoned by her husband, the Pharaoh, who is incidentally also a god. I believe when people say that you are famous for punching above your weight, this is what they mean. When every man fights for himself, you must make alliances. That is how the arena works. Yet sometimes, when you are allied, you forget only one man can win. Without batting an eye, if she has to. An ally can always turn into a foe. Better to kill your allies before they get the chance.
How are you holding up? Of course not. And you'd be a fool if your intention is to place your trust in her. That woman is a predator. Without a doubt, she's using you. Do not fall for her tricks. Try to get as much use out of her as she does of you.
Domina, you will probably not like my honest opinion. I think our arrival wasn't anticipated by our adversaries, and therefore it can be said we arrived too early for them. I believe the events leading to the proconsul's death could not be prevented, but it seems to me it was our arrival that triggered the murder itself. Thank you for your offer, but I must respectfully decline. I am not just anyone. I have served your family since before you were born. The fact that your military rank has changed doesn't mean you're not my domina still. I am proud of the woman you have become, and it is with pride that I shall continue to serve you. The dry air agrees with my old bones, and I always wanted to visit Africa, especially Egypt. I just wish the circumstances were less dreadful. That we do. An army low on morale loses the war before battle is even joined. We need to keep our spirits up. In other words, We need wine. I don't think so. Not yet. At this level of politics, loyalty is something no one can afford to possess or count on. To be honest, we're in a mess here. Loyalties will shift constantly and without mercy. A failure of anticipation is very likely to prove fatal. We must constantly pay attention to every single word and gesture.
If you ask me, I think the Legatus and his men killed Lucullus.
Legate,
Shut
I have
up,
some
you
ideas for how
mewhead.
we might use the
Think
resources
about
we
it.
captured to
What
improve
better
our
excuse to finally invade Egypt and bring it under
Our
the
way,
control
Legate.
of Rome?
I'm reporting you to Nassau. I hope you like shoveling latrines.
Legate, I have some ideas for how we might use the resources we've captured to improve our barns.
Welcome to the Court of Heaven, the most important annual meeting of the elders and the reason for our presence. It is an honor to have you among us. Of course, the Court of Heaven is the name of both the place and the event. Each year, the elders of the tribes gather here to solve their differences and make crucial decisions. It is also an opportunity for people to present their problems to the elders. It is this court's duty to dispense justice, providing the issue is important enough. Last but not least, the Court of Heaven attracts merchants from all over Nazamones and beyond. Where there are people, there will always be commerce. Merchants and mercenaries, the rich and the poor, everyone has a reason to be here, just like you. Some people make things happen, others watch things as they happen. It is up to you to decide what you will be, a maker or a watcher. I suggest you walk around and breathe in the air. Meet some people and talk to them. Trade if you want. Since you are here as my guest, you are free to go anywhere. We might encounter some hostility. Make no mistake, the minor tribes will do whatever I tell them to do. It's the elders of the major tribes I am worried about. Not everyone likes the Romans. Some elders may see your presence as a direct attack on our autonomy. Do not speak unless spoken to. Try to be respectful and diplomatic. In a way, this is our Senate. All will be fine if we don't offend anyone. Isil and Mador are the most respected elders among us. Convincing them both would be a significant diplomatic victory. Udad may get in our way, but you never know with him. And then there's young Womaksan, who's always hot-blooded. As far as his influence goes, Udad is on par with Mador, except he is more of a traditionalist. He prays to his ancestors 2 times a day, dawn and dusk, hoping they would answer his questions. We believe our dead ancestors watch over us. That's why we pray to them. A young man trying to impress his elders? Always a dangerous thing. He is renowned for his prowess in combat, but his diplomatic ability leaves much to be desired.
A man after my own heart.
I believe we shall.
I have trinkets and I take iron. I sell iron. I sell you things others want to get rid of. If you want unwanted things, you're at the right tent. What are you? A scholar of metal? I know metal better than anyone else. If I say it's iron, then it is iron. End of discussion. Look at what I have to offer and tell me what attracts your curiosity. Have you seen these weighted blades? They are of high quality. And maybe you need some tools intended for javelins. Great craftsmanship there. But since you're Roman, you might be interested in this old helmet. It's a bit dented, but I'm sure you'll like it. A desperate treasure hunter sold it to me near Utica. It's ugly and battered indeed. I took it off his hands out of pity.
Domina, look at these inscriptions. P.C.S. Huh? Publius Cornelius Scipio. By the limping leg of Hephaestus, this is the helmet of the famous general Scipio Africanus. An item of infinite value.
It's a fancy hat, Cineros. Let's not raise our voices too much.
That is impossible to say, but there is no doubt in my mind. The design of this helmet is from the right time period. Perhaps he gave it away in an exchange of gifts after the Battle of Zama. Scipio Africanus was without a doubt among the great greatest strategists of all time. This helmet is a priceless artifact.
That sounds like a fair price to me. I hope you will find some use for this old thing. Do you want anything else from my stall? Dignity is what you make of it. From the earliest time I can remember, I was fascinated by metal. As a grown man, I am still obsessed with it. I gather metal and sell it to those who value it. I am as undignified as my customers, and I am proud of it. Did you think I was trying to deceive you? What I sell here is true metal, and true metal only. Buy a sweet wine for one you love. Salutations and good day to you, travelers. You look like people of refined taste. Am I wrong? Look closely then, and by all means, taste and smell too. We offer all sorts of exquisite flavors. Feel free to browse and tell me if you find something interesting. Well, I would not say better, but they're certainly different. It is not only a matter of different grapes, but also of the environment and the weather. Such things are a matter of taste, but I believe one must taste many things in life. One must explore oneself. Don't you agree? In that case, I envy you, my friend. We shall drink to you. I don't have a lot of interesting grapes for you. This year's vintage was rather fragile. Fortunately, that usually means we have some of the best vinegar. And could I perhaps direct your attention to our excellent local honey, in case you want to produce some of your Roman balsam? It always does. Am I wrong to assume you need more than just one flask? Did you forget your coin purse?
Fresh food from the farms of the coast. The famous Roman everyone's been talking about. Welcome to the only store you will ever want to visit at the court of heaven. My store, though humble by your standards, is at your service. Word of your deeds travels fast, especially amongst merchants. We all know of the Roman commander and the riches you possess. Tell me, what do you desire? I mean within the boundaries of what I can provide you with at this stall, of course. I can't grant you immortality yet. On the contrary, it helps my business. Everyone underestimates me and pays the price. Literally, in most cases. I'm not afraid of anyone. They are afraid of me. Of course, there is no way not to be. I do not hail from any tribe you would ever have heard of, however. My tribe is quite small, but we have good relations to both Lunia's tribe and Udad's.
There is no way we can compensate for that. Ask him if he would accept 20 jugs of Carthaginian wine instead.
Romans, the spirits must have led you here to my little corner. How fortuitous. I need a little bit of your time and your guidance. Would you be willing to extend your helping hand? That is precisely why I need you. The guidance I seek is for lands beyond this one. You are a warrior, are you not? If death is what you deal, it must stand to reason that you'd know death and the lands of the dead. My name is Axil. I am what you might call a philosopher in your language. Though to my own people, I am a shaman. My life's work is to study and explore the many lands beyond death and how they vary from culture to culture. Well, that is one of the questions I am trying to explore. Is it truly based on what we believe, or where we are born, or to whom? I myself am inherently fascinated by the idea of these different afterlives. But when I finish this book, I hope it will serve as a kind of travel guide. Then you are perfect for my purpose. But not everyone is blessed with such certainty. I believe my book will be of great comfort to those who feel doubt. I have collected much knowledge of our own afterlife, but I have never had the opportunity to learn what awaits Romans after death. True, one must die to experience the lands of the dead, but I'm sure you have heard stories. It is my theory that one's afterlife depends on the gods one believes in. I simply want to know about what kind of afterlife Roman gods provide. I'll need more than that. I'll need detailed descriptions. You have the look of a trustworthy individual, and I know Romans are proud of their virtues. Is it not so? I may later enlist the help of another Roman who would prove you wrong and reveal that you have deceived me. In that case, I would at least know what part of the afterlife Romans like to lie about. First, walk me through the typical journey of the deceased according to your culture. Imagine you are dead. What happens then? On its own? Interesting. We have to find our own way to the Duat. But they say the path is different for each person. A river? Now that sounds pleasant. But do you carry your own money to the underworld? Of course. We also believe it is best to bury the dead with their belongings. That way they can live a good life in Siket Aru. Assessors. We have 42 of them. It is best to know their names and the sins they have not committed. Once you pass their judgment, Anubis weighs your heart against a feather of Mart. A pure heart isn't heavy. This Elysium sounds like Siket Aru. Osiris permits only the pure spirits to the field of reeds. Amit devours their hearts. You are right, of course. But I have an idea. Look,
This weed is called cat's eye. They say it will bring you to the land of the dead temporarily. It would be great if you'd try it and tell me what you saw there. Naturally, I was the first to try it myself, but I'm certain you will visit a different underworld than I. You should not worry. I have tried it myself multiple times, and as you see, I always came back. You are right. I happen to have some Roman denarii on me. Please, take these with you.
Salwe. I am you. You were exactly one lifetime ago, but you are not a very good cat. Cats have to live through 9 lives. We die and then we are reborn. But a wicked cat is reborn as a lowly human. I am you in a past life. I am a cat. I am a giant cat. Again, something you can deduce based on observation alone. Do you remember dying? Most people remember such important events in their life. It is not you who is dead. A very good question. Do you even remember your purpose? Doesn't that mean your life is defined by the orders of someone else? Yet you still do. The mark of a good commander is how they talk you into following their orders without making you feel forced. I may seem wise to you, but wisdom comes with age and identity. I know you because I am you, or rather, I was you in a past life. I do not enjoy life as a human, but you can save me by leading a good life and not causing pain. Only then will we be reborn as a cat. Unlikely, but stranger things have happened. But you do. In pursuing your ambitions, you hurt those in your path. You must ask yourself if it's all worth it. And when that's done, you will lie around all day and enjoy life. You can do that now. Cats do it every day. The only way you can stop hurting people is to leave the land of the living. You may stay here if you want, and trade places with me. That way I will be reborn as a cat, and you will be a good woman. I know, this is all very confusing for you, but let me make it simpler. I shall present you with 2 doors. One of them leads to the Elysium of Reeds, the other back to the Court of Heaven. Think about it. Figure out which one feels right, and go where your heart leads you.
You are back. Quickly, tell me what you saw before the visions fade. Giant cat. Ah, that's bizarre. Thank you, my dear friend. With your help, people all around the world will have a better afterlife experience. Please, accept this amulet as a small token of my immense gratitude. I hope to see you again when my book is finished.
I have seen your future, and it will be dark unless you buy from me. Along came a warrior. But know this, not all foes fight fair. A blade may not fell you, but venom might. Do you need protection against that eventuality? It takes a wise man to recognize wisdom. Thus only by recognizing wisdom, we are wise. I have a cure against venom. You should be prepared. Do you agree? That may be because I am not a merchant. I sell, but not for profit. What I sell is not easy to create. It costs me. Thus, it is only fair that it costs you too, should you choose to make use of it. That is a wise choice. Your life may not be measured with denarii.
And tastes like almond and dried locust.
Half price on carpets and blankets. Don't make me carry these all the way home.
I have a drink for every taste, every time.
Greetings, Romans. Or how do you say it? Selwete. I am Galusa the Great. How may I help you? Isn't it obvious? Not only am I incredibly handsome,
but I also sell the best wares in the land. I would like to think of myself as a purveyor of uncommon delicacies. My pursuit for said uncommon delicacies is relentless. It makes my less capable colleagues envious. Here and there, in this profession, you get to travel all around the world. Procuring items is a form of art. I can find you anything you are looking for, given enough time or resources, of course. Everything you can see in my stalls, the most peculiar spices, and obviously, the best sewi Nazamones has to offer. What do you need? Ah, the moment I saw you, I knew what kind of connoisseur you are. Unfortunately, that sewa is not for sale.
That birthmark by Zeus and Pythagoras. My sister. Finally, I found you, sister.
Restrain your sewas, Roman. I told you, that sewa is not for sale. I apologize. Still, my point stands. She is not for sale, for she was already purchased.
The sky is gone from her eyes. What did they do to her? Magister, I don't know what I should do. What do I say?
She was a curious one, listening in on conversations she should not hear and watching events she should not see. I had to correct this problem. We burnt her eyes out. Now she's naturally less curious. This outrage is unnecessary. Am I telling you how you should run your legion? Then don't tell me how I should deal with my sewa. That's my job and my expertise.
I do not know what kind of trick this is, but I have no brothers. Please let go. Your insistence will be bad for me.
Her name? I do not know her name. I do not remember it. It's been a long time.
What do you want to do, Discipule? Your actions will determine the kind of man you are.
Finding her was once the purpose of my life, Magister. I am not leaving without her. Do something, Legate, or I will.
Tempting. What you're saying is you can pay me 8,000 denarii right now?
Never in the history of the world has anyone paid even half that much for a sewa. He just doesn't want to sell her.
Then we can pay with steel. dog you are! Excellent. Keep at them and this will soon be over.
Didn't see that one coming.
engaging them!
Inhuman monsters! They're going to kill us all!
Help me, and I shall help you.
Does this hurt? Good, that means you're fine.
You brought that on yourself.
This is it! Just one more!
Calm down, sister. You are safe now. Your brother will take care of you.
Did you kill him? You killed him! You are murderers!
Did I do something wrong? Magister?
I don't know, Bestia.
Come on, sister. I will show you your new home.
They say it was the Romans. They attacked her caravan and killed the Pharaoh's guards.
She will want vengeance on her brother. Mark my words. War is coming.
The Roman finally joins us in the flesh. Your reputation precedes you.
Esteemed elders, now that we are all here, our talks can begin in earnest. I have told you all of the upcoming war, of the possibility of Nazamenes being trapped between Roman legions and Egypt, and I have explained the potential advantages of an alliance with the Romans. Now is your time to ask your questions about our proposal. I'm sure many such questions burn your tongues.
Why is nobody talking? Have you lost your voices? Are you all afraid of the great Roman? Cowards! That's what you are. You are a disgrace to Nazamones.
It is only you who disgraces us in front of this foreigner, Maxan. Is it up to you to talk when your elders are silent? You confuse courage with insolence. Nobody is afraid of the Roman, but it is unwise to insult your elders.
Nobody is afraid of the Romans. I am. They've conquered Nazamones once. They rule Egypt and possibly myriad lands, the names of which I can't even begin to pronounce. One would be a fool not to fear the Romans.
Run to your Roman masters with your tail between your legs then, Medu. I shall stand and fight, and if need be, die defending my people.
Warmaksan, Medur, know yourselves. The ancestors are watching. Do not disrespect the court.
How many troops do you need, Roman?
Ha! 5,000 slaves, in other words. Typical of Romans. You think loyalty is just another thing you can buy.
She is afraid. Am I wrong, Roman? There is no way you can advance towards Egypt without our help. You can wait for your masters to send you reinforcements, but by then it will be already too late. And what if we refuse helping you? It is not conquest you are seeking. You are trying to survive. Are you not? Indeed. Since you are not my nemesis, I should not fear you, right? As you said, he who has no fear is a fool. And honestly, it is insulting of you to think of me foolish.
Does this mean you're against helping the Roman, Medur?
I see no benefit in helping her.
What do you say, Lunya? Do you have faith in her?
I believe it is in our best interest to cooperate with her.
The presence of this foreigner alone is an insult to the ancestors. I should slit your throat where you stand.
Control yourself.
He may have a temper, but he is right. You know that too. The court of heaven is for us only. I can already feel the disapproval of the ancestors.
Can you now? Very well. Let us consult the ancestors then.
Have you lost your mind, Izil? Are we not disgraced enough? Will you allow this foreigner to desecrate the resting place of our ancestors with her presence?
That is highly unusual. I don't think the ancestors would approve.
That's something the ancestors can tell us themselves, is it not?
Fine. But let it be known that I'm not happy.
As usual.
It is settled then. We consult the ancestors.
Greetings, Legate. Do you really think I am a golden wolf? It is. But all titles are earned. I am not. It is an amusing thought, though. Nazamanes does not have kings or queens. We do not like being ruled by other people. Some amongst us think it's necessary to have a king. But I believe the very concept of a monarch is against our nature. We must rule ourselves. Most of them. This year's gathering had a specific goal. We wanted to elect a king for the entirety of Nazamanes. Naturally, not all of the tribes agree.
Salve Legate. Is that right? Legate. You have such a strange language. I do like it, though. I apologize for the behavior of my fellow elders. We are not used to having a foreigner in the court.
I like your sense of humor.
In the absence of a meaningful decision, we have decided to consult the ancestors, as we always do. You shall travel to the burial site and sleep inside the tomb of an ancestor who, in return, shall appear to you in dreams and reveal your destiny. We will all do the same. I believe our ancestors will tell us if we should support you.
Pray to your gods, Roman. If the ancestors are against you, I shall cut you down right there and then.
And then one morning you will just fail to wake up.
I have seen a place like this once. Similar but different. What a strange feeling to see such a thing again.
Why are the elders allowing foreigners here to trample all over our ancestors' graves?
Foreigners, please be respectful in this sacred place. It pains me to see an outsider like you at this sacred place. I await the guidance of the ancestors. Only they could change my mind. But I do not expect they will. It is not a personal matter. You represent the death of our way of life. That is none of your business. I know what you are doing, hoping to find a way to pry us apart and drive a wedge between us. Well, you will find nothing. I may not always agree with Isil, Mador, and Lunya, but our tribes thrive on mutual respect. We are not enemies to each other. Against you, we are united like the fingers of my fist.
You Romans are motherless. You have no ancestors, and your bastard gods have no power here. That is not what I have heard. I am told you worship powerful, eternal beings that rule you from another realm. One is the same as the other. Your gods are divided, like your loyalties. I should expect nothing less of you people. You overcomplicate the telling of things in order to obfuscate the truth.
Hey! You! Do not walk there! It is sacred ground!
Are you ready? Ask. Mador will not be part of the ritual, for he already made his choice. He does not trust you, and he does not believe the ancestors would change his mind. The ancestors know many things. You shall consult one of mine. I'm sure the answers will be forthcoming. You drink the ritual milk and enter into the tomb of your ancestor. Truth will be revealed in a dream. Anyone who lies about such sacred matters will be judged most harshly by the spirits.
It is bad luck for the living to enter a grave. I will give you what I can spare. Make sure to return it when you are done.
On your feet, Romans! They are trying to kill us!
Worked! They are caught with their pants around their ankles.
Don't let overconfidence weaken you, Warmaxan. Keep
kill them all. I will meet you at Algila.
Fools! Sakura, we must leave at once. This will surely mean war.
Just get our child out of here! I have nothing to do with this! Stay away from me, please!
They're killing each other! Run! Yeah! Ha! Push them out together. Let them fight their own wars.
continue anymore.
Run! I have nothing to do with this.
You'd better finish me off, or I'll be back for you! I can still fight! I've had enough!
Can someone prop this old man up?
Stay away from me, please! Somebody!
I will take you with me to the afterlife. I will not die yet. Not while you still live. The ancestors have forsaken us. There's no destiny. I'm your friend. Snap out of it. Kill me now, or I shall.
I have so much left to do.
Good thing I have plenty of blood to spare.
from me, please! I have nothing to do with this.
I need help with this wound!
I've been through worse. Or maybe not.
Please follow my finger. Yes, you'll be all right. It's all right. You're going to live.
my blood. Aid me! There is strength in unity.
No permanent damage.
Cowards! Are you all right, Legate?
Well, Isil was always too smart for his own good. But honestly, I never expected him to go this far.
Treacherous bastards. We'll get them, do not worry.
I must give it to old Isil. He fooled even me.
We may have to. And not just for him, but Udad as well. He's likely to retreat to his citadel in Augila. Unless you can find a way to get rid of Udad, Isil will be intractable. With or without Medel's support, we will need to defeat Isil, or else Nazamenes will not fully stand with us.
Ours is the finest, most veteran legion of Rome. We will crush these barbarians.